This is In Character. I'm your host, Gerard Robinson, Vice President for Education at the Advanced Studies in Culture Foundation. I'm joined by Kim from Maryland. She was a part of a larger group conversation I had where we talked about educators working with young people. And Kim, thank you for joining me for a one-on-one conversation.
Thank you so much for having me.
So for those who have yet to watch or hear what we did as a group, tell us, why is it important for educators and those of us who are on the outside to know why it's important to work with young people?
Well, our conversation focused on early childhood education and just kind of the importance that plays in the life of a child, that we have access to quality early childhood education programs for all children to get them off on a good start so that they can be successful, and really just for the benefit of all of us.
Do I hear a young child in the back?
I have a couple of children,
Oh
so yes,
yeah,
you
so
might
you
hear them in the back.
yeah, no, that's quite all right. This is living all of it in reality.
Yes.
So here's a follow-up question. You've been in the classroom, you're now working with educators. What should we as the public know about what you do, and particularly what strategies work when working with children who are young?
Yeah, I think that working with children, one, you need to have a heart for it, right? And you have to be willing to spend the time building personal relationships with students. That's where it all begins. Taking the time to build relationships with kids, to gain their trust, and make them feel comfortable. But then I think it's also using the strategies that you have, that you know that work, and matching them to your students. So thinking about whatever your context is at the time. Right now, we have, a very different context than ever before. And so really thinking about the needs of each and every student and striving to meet those needs.
So before you began working with adults to prepare them for the work that you're doing, what grade level or levels did you teach?
Yeah, so I taught kindergarten for many years. And then one year I looped with my kindergartners and started teaching first grade. And I also did reading intervention for my elementary school that I worked at, K through 5. Before I transitioned into working with teachers, doing some coaching, staff development, and professional development for leaders within my school system.
And because of the great work in your classroom, you were not only the Maryland Teacher of the Year, but you were the National Teacher of the Year. And many of us may never have an opportunity to meet our state Teacher of the Year or our national winner. And so just walk us through the moment someone said, A, we're going to recommend you for this, and B, you've won.
Okay, so it started at my school level where I was a part of a school where we had a really wonderful turnaround story for a school that was designated as underperforming by the state. And my district and my union, we worked collaboratively to really turn the school around, focusing on teaching and learning and increase student achievement. Throughout that process, and all of the hard work that it took, our administrators said, we need to recognize our teachers for the great job that they're doing. And so as awards would come up, they would nominate all the teachers of the school, right? Because we were all putting in the work, doing it collaboratively, and it really was something magnificent. But awards didn't want to recognize a school full of teachers. So that never went anywhere. After I achieved national board certification, someone said, well, hey, since we're not getting anywhere with recognizing all of our teachers, let's submit Kim. She just achieved national board certification. And so I was nominated and awarded a local award in my school district. And little did I know that put me in the running for my school district's Teacher of the Year. I achieved that after some interviews and classroom visits, and then was put into the pool for Maryland Teacher of the Year. And likewise, after some interviews and essays and reflection on my practice, was put into the pool for National Teacher and became the 2006 National Teacher of the Year.
And in that role, you have an opportunity, I believe you leave the classroom for 1 year. You become our national spokeswoman for education and for learning. And you were an early childhood educator. Most of our winners aren't early childhood from what I remember. So talk to us about the experience of educating not only us here, but over both over the Atlantic and Pacific about how that works.
Yeah, so you're right. Most of the national teachers are secondary teachers. And so I had the privilege to really take that year to kind of teach on a broader level in a bigger classroom of what it means to be an early childhood educator, what an early childhood education classroom looks like, and the importance of that. I think it was important to give everyone a glimpse into what we ask our 5 and 6 year olds to do in schools every day, and that it might look like play, but they really are learning and they're working hard. And so building that understanding that that strong foundation is what leads to success in the future. So I had an opportunity to travel across the country, sharing that message about early childhood education, about equity in our systems, and really just having a skillful teacher in every single classroom is what makes the difference.
Well, first of all, congratulations again for the great work that you're doing. Glad you're educating the next generation of educators. Thank you for taking time to share your story with me in character, and know that our organization is here to be supportive of your work.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.